Hello, and in this video, I will be showing you how to install a skinny pusher on your Dart Zone Max Stryker or your Adventure Force Nexus Pro. The advantage to having a skinny pusher is it enables you to swap magazines without needing to prime the blaster. So, to do this, you will need a number 1 Phillips screwdriver. I'm using an electric screwdriver. A couple of flathead screwdrivers, some white lithium grease, and of course your skinny pusher itself. The design I am using is from Thingiverse, and it is by an awesome creator called Woodstock Nerf. So, to start, you'll want to take off scope or sight or anything that's on there. You'll want to take off your stock. Now the barrel and the mag adapter don't really matter, but I'm going to take them off anyway, just for ease of work. So now you want to unscrew all of the screws. The spring will explode. Once you get that apart, you can see the insides of the blaster. So, most of this does not matter. Well, maybe that's wrong. We're not going to be messing with most of it. A good chunk of it is going to have to come out. There we go. So, note to anyone watching this, this thing can come down and get in your way. So that may be where you want to look. So now you need to get this part out, and this is the main part we're going to be working with. Forgot to mention earlier, you also need a small pin like this. So, that piece is all right. So, going to want to squish the... Actually, first you're probably going to want to take these O-rings off, because we are going to be using these O-rings, so don't get rid of them. Now that can come off. Go ahead and take this one off right now. So now, we're going to want to come over to the vise, and I'm going to use that and this second pin to push the pin in the bolt sled out. The pin I'm using is from a Nerf Raider. Grab the camera and get a close-up of that there. See, this pin is pushing the other one out. Can't really see, but you're getting the pin in to push out the other pin. Probably poked a hole in this rubber pad. Yep, I did. So now I'm going to take like a spacer of some kind with a hole through it. So now you're going to take another thing that I forgot to mention that you need, a pair of pliers. So you can pull those pins back out, or if they're loose enough, you might be able to do it by hand. So now you're going to take your skinny pusher, and it just pops right up in the same place that the original pusher was. Just sort of get the pin started there. You're going to want to just put it back in the vise and squish it in. You know, it may have helped to put the O-rings on first, like before you do this stuff in the vise, but I am going to do that right here now. So now you're going to take your grease, which I have squeezed out some, and just sort of get some on there. It's very obvious where you have and haven't. And it honestly kind of looks like I'm putting sunscreen on it. And a bit of an issue in the sense that I can't reach up from there. So I'm going to try to spread it around a little bit using a screwdriver. I'm going to put a little more on these kind of areas. Don't know if that's really necessary, but I'm going to do that anyway. So now you probably wanted to put this piece on before the O-rings. But it still can get on there. That piece goes there. This one goes here. Comes like that. Barrel goes back in here. Muzzle goes back in here. Get it in. There we go. So make sure your catch is oriented correctly. My trigger spring has escaped somewhere, so I need to find that. Magazine release and its spring go in here. I do not know where my trigger spring went. I need to find that. So I am going to cut till when I've found my trigger spring. Okay, I do not have a replacement that fits, but upon tilting my blaster around, I can hear something rattling, so I think that is the trigger spring hiding inside of it. I'm going to see if I can find it. A magnet man is useful for getting out small metal pieces. It was hiding under my plunger tube. Now that I've found that, I can put this back together. So, just put this back on top. The spring just slides back in the end. Just take the little twist cap, put that on there. Snap back on. Should be able to swap magazines without needing to prime back the blaster. As you can see, it still works just fine. So there you have it, a guide on how to install a skinny pusher or any kind of replacement pusher in your Dart Zone Max Stryker or your Adventure Force Nexus Pro. The process is basically the same in both blasters.